Okay, let's take a quick look here at the homework number 13, and that was the dryer oven. So the first thing that we want to take a look at here is the power circuit. And so this one that I've got shown here has a power circuit, and this one has got a disconnect on it right here. And then it's got a dryer oven here that's shown as a delta configuration that's hooked up. And there's a contactor here that's going to come online to bring this dryer oven online. Notice that there's no heater or overloads like you would have in a motor starter, because it's just a contactor turning on the oven. It's not acting exactly the same as a motor starter. There's a transformer here, and it's jumpered, so it's a 4-to-1 step down. And then I have my fuses. So if I take a look at the first part of this, up here, the top part, that was the part where they were talking about the master control relay. And that's my master control relay right there. So, assuming that I had my disconnect on and my transformer was working and my fuses were good, I'd have voltage here. But my voltage coming down the rails stops right here, and my neutral stops right there, because these contacts are not closed. So that means that everything down here, well, it's not going to work because the master control relay is not on. Okay? So the way the master control relay works, well, this is just a simple start-stop relay, a simple holding circuit that we went over and over and over again. And so when I hit the start, I get this light to come on right here. And when this control relay, this master control relay, this control relay, and this light are on, well, then this is going to become true, and this is going to become true. These are going to close right here, so these are going to become true, okay? Which means the rest of the circuit's going to work. So if this light's on, that means that you have power, okay? And that these here have closed, and that the rest of the circuit is good. So that was what the first part of this was asking about. I'd have a master stop, and it would turn off all power to the loads. If I hit the stop, the control relay goes off, these open, this part of the circuit just is not going to work. And a master start button, then the pilot dryer light on this lit and stays until the master stop is pressed. That was that light. Okay, so now for the heater elements, what we have is we have a limit switch and then a cycle start push button. So the combination of the limit switch, the cycle start push button, and as a matter of fact, we've got a temperature switch in here that we'll get to in a minute. That is going to activate this. So here's the next run. Let's skip this control relay first. This is a normally closed contact, so it's true, but we'll come to it. But the way that this supposedly works is that we bring a part in that we want to dry, and so the part hits the limit switch and closes it. So we got true. The circuit's coming true through here. If I hit the cycle start, then that's true. We're bringing it through here. I have a timed relay that's normally closed, so that's true. So because all this is true, I would get the contactor to come on. And the contactor is going to have 3 main contacts that's going to bring the dryer oven on. And it's got an auxiliary contact that's going to provide memory. So I push the start, I get the memory, and I let go of the start, and the contactor's on. And I've also got another light here saying that the contactor's on, and that's what it said right here. Heat elements energized is lit, so that's what that would be. Contactor's on, light is indicating that's on. By the way, if I hit stop right here, that would open up the master control relay contacts right here, killing the power to this rung right here, killing the power to this rung, dropping out the memory, and everything would die. If I hit start again, nothing's going to automatically start up here because I would have lost my memory when this fell out. That's how the master control relay works. But let's go back. I've hit start. The limit switch was made because I had a part in place. I've got memory. This is on. This contactor, when it came on. The green light came on saying it was on. And this contact closed, turning on the time relay. So by hitting start, I get this to come on, this to come on, and this to come on. After 30 seconds, this is done timing, at which point this opens. And when this opens, that goes off, that goes off, that goes off, and then this is going to go off, and it's going to reset itself back to closed. But because everything went off here, we lost the memory, and so the circuit's kind of dead again. We would have to actually be sure there was a part in place here. We'd have to hit the start, and the contactor would come on, this would come on, this would come on, this would come on, this would come on. After 30 seconds, open, off, 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 and it'd be off again. Same thing as if I removed a part. If I took a part from the limit switch, it would turn this off, this off, this off, this off, and it would close that again, but that would have went off. Okay. Finally, there was a temperature switch. So if for some reason it got too hot, I think, this would close. If this closed, I'm having it turning on a control relay and a light, and this light was supposed to indicate an oven over temp is lit. That's what this is. So if for some reason it got too hot, these opened. And if this control relay came on, then what? This right here would open. And if this opens, even if there was a part in place, it would kill the memory, which would turn this off, this off, this off, and this off, and it would reset that close, but everything would be off. You'd have to cool it down, close this again, getting this to be true, or excuse me, this would have to be open, meaning that this would false, and this would be false. These would go off, because these went off. This would close again, and it'd be back to the normal state of closed, and then we could use the circuit like it wanted to. So that was the dryer oven circuit from the homework.